Yesterday at midnight, I woke up suddenly. I heard it as if the child was standing by and seemed to be blowing his nose. Just ask what happened to you. He said, Dad, I have a nosebleed. I quickly got up and looked. I found that his side had been bleeding from the nose. Then I want to share it with you today. If we encounter a child with a nosebleed, how should we deal with it in a timely manner?
Ha 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 ha. Hey.
Did you let Dad record it? We see that when this nostril is bleeding, the first step is to ask the child to lift their hand here. It can effectively reduce the pressure of our nosebleeds. That's the first step. And the second step, and what we do as parents, is we put our noses on this side and we don't lift our heads up. Lightly down a little. It would be nice to have such a range. Third, we're going to put a cold water wet towel on him. It has a local cooling effect. Through this method, little friend, his nosebleed will stop soon. I want to share with you now. So where is the principle that his little friend is prone to nosebleeds? Well, there are two main reasons for this. The first is that there is a layer of cold air outside his body. It's like when we boil a pot of water. If there is a lid on it, is the water inside easy to boil? Push this lid out. This is the cold outside. Like this lid, this is the first possible reason. So what's the second possible explanation? The anger on the body is too great. We say blood fever is delusional. It's as if the temperature of the fire under this pot is too high, so it's evaporating all the time. So to solve the problem of children's nosebleeds, we think about it from two aspects. The first is whether it has a lid on the outside. Is there a problem with phlegm? Second, is there too much fire in it? So we have a simple solution. Let's feel the child's pulse. We usually only look at the left hand because on our left is the main joy, 3 hands gently pressed on his pulse. Go look for it.
So.
See if the pulse outside is a little tighter. If it is tight, then maybe he has a cold problem. At this time, if we use traditional Chinese medicine, for example, with a fedra soup, this is also very common to solve the problem of children's nosebleeds. What about the second one? We're going to push down a little bit, press to a depth. Let's feel if his pulse is very fast and large again. If that's the case, it means that the child himself still has blood fever. In this case, we also need to give him some blood cooling medication. For example, give him some Benlingen granules or something, or use some Romania. All have the effect of cooling blood. Of course, the situation of different children, we have to make a judgment based on his actual situation. But anyway, we must remember when a child has some bleeding symptoms, a nosebleed is actually the heat of the body rushing out. It's an act of the body saving itself. So when we see children with nosebleeds, we don't need to panic too much. And I did just that in 3 simple steps. And then it stops. Let the children drink another glass of cold boiled water. Let the heat on him fall even more. In this way, we can solve the problem of his nosebleed faster. And we combine what I just said. We found the cause of his illness combined with the treatment of some drugs. The combination of these 2 aspects. So we don't have to worry about our kids' blood clotting anymore. Of course, if there are some complex situations, for example, when the child himself has some coagulation disorders, we still need to seek medical attention promptly. Okay, thank you for watching my sharing.
Like a little bit. Oh, like I have to like it.